Hey, good morning, everyone. We had another awesome night, and we kept this hot streak alive and well. The first half props continued to hit for us at a very high rate, so we will keep this going, especially for this slate. Drummond crushed his first half prop as usual, which was a core play for us, and all the Mavs guys cleared their first half props as well, which were also key targets. The Bucks 76ers game did not let down and was a fun one to watch. Giannis went nuclear in the second half, full armored Titan mode, and he took the game over. James Harden had a great night like we predicted in the DFS show yesterday. He cleared his original 8.5 assist prop but pushed his 9 assist prop. After breaking down some recent game film from the 76ers, I noticed they have been running a lot of high post plays through Tobias. So with this, what happens is Harden will dribble it up and Tobias will come up to the high post, which moves Embiid down to the low post. And when Tobias gets the ball from Harden, he has a choice to either pass it to the wing 3-point shooter like Maxey or go down low to Embiid in the low post paint. So I really like Tobias's 2.5 assist prop, which he ended up crushing. These high post plays might explain why Harden's assists have been down the last few games. So definitely something to keep in mind going forward. Embiid fell just 3 points short of his point prop, and he almost sent it to overtime with a game-tying goaltending call on Giannis at the last second, which was called back after review. That overtime would have been huge for Embiid and Harden props. Kyrie cleared his 3-point and free throw props, which were key targets as well. The Nets took 34 free throws as a team while the Pistons only took 13. This is why we like Kyrie and KD's free throw props, as the Pistons allowed the second most free throw attempts in the league. And also a big reason why I did not target Kyrie's assist prop. It's just less assist opportunities with all those trips to the free throw line. Something to think about when targeting assist props against foul-heavy teams like the Pistons. And great call by Gunn on Satoransky's assist prop. He crushed it with 10 assists, and that was a top target for us. And lastly, the Clippers just cannot be trusted for minute projections, as all of these cap guys played well over their caps last night. And Paul George had a statement game in his return last night and played over 30 minutes. I'm just going to stay away from these guys till the end of the season. It's just too hard to predict. At the end of the video, I'll go over today's top targets, so be sure to stick around. Let's keep this hot streak going today with this huge 11-game slate. So, let's get hunting. The Magic at Wizards has a 3-point spread and a 221 implied total. This game is just very frustrating to break down. The Magic minutes are so volatile and hard to predict. Last game against the Cavs, the starters did not touch the fourth quarter even though it was a close game. So guys like Cole Anthony and Wendell Carter played only around 25 minutes. And Wendell Carter is already ruled out. So Mo Bamba's first half fantasy point prop will be a key target. We just saw Vooch torch the Wizards last night. We could also consider Franz's first half point prop if it's around 7 again. He will have more usage with Wendell out. Other than that, I'm staying away from full game Magic props.
Hey guys, it's Danny. I'm just here to let you guys know about the free Discord that we did launch. The link for it is in the description down below. Jump in there and share your screenshots, talk about your favorite props on Prizepicks, and share your DFS lines, and we'll all talk about it.
The Wizards are in a back-to-back, but Porzingis keeps playing through these. Although the Magic have been a top 5 interior paint defense since the All-Star break. But take that with a grain of salt due to sample size and opponents. But we could go back to Porzingis for his assist prop if it's at 3 again, since he is running the offense through the high posts. I think we could consider Sato's assist prop again, especially if it opens around 5. He has completely replaced Neto as the de facto point guard. The Nuggets at Pacers has a 9-point spread and a 232 implied total. Jokic just had a smash spot against the Hornets, and this matchup is even better. The Pacers front court has been one of our key targets lately, so his first half fantasy point prop will be another core play for us today. He should also get to the free throw line a lot as the Pacers foul at such a high rate. If we get a blowout, then guys like Bones Highland and Boogie will get full fourth quarter run in a very favorable matchup. So we could consider their point props too. Point guards continue to dominate the Nuggets, and Halliburton always has that upside, especially for his assists. So we could target that if it sits around 9. And possibly his fantasy point prop as well. The Hornets at Knicks has a 2-point spread with a 226 implied total. We just saw this matchup a week ago, but Mitchell Robinson and Julius Randle were out. LaMelo Ball went off for 32 real points in that game, and he should continue his hot streak again today. So we could look for his fantasy point prop if it's around 42, and his 3-point prop if it's around 2.5. Julius Randle only played 27 minutes last game against the Bulls, which is really concerning since he wasn't in foul trouble, so he might be dealing with some internal issues with the Knicks organization. And there are concerns about his overall motivation to be a part of this team. With that said, I think he's just too risky for prop hunting even in this prime matchup. but we could consider guys like RJ Barrett or Mitchell Robinson for their fantasy point props. RJ Barrett is getting to the charity strike a lot recently since he's just dominating the overall usage. So it's in play if it's around 4 or 5. Mitchell Robinson's rebound prop is in play too if it's at 10. The Hornets are getting killed on the glass all season long. I just like Mitchell Robinson a lot in this matchup overall for both his rebounds and fantasy points. The T-Wolves at Raptors has a 3-point spread with a 229 implied total. This game has two very hot teams clashing full steam ahead. The Raptors have won 9 of their last 11 games. They are hitting their stride at the right time with the playoffs approaching. OG being back has definitely helped with this, but a big reason why they are cruising is due to Siakam playing lights out. He's being very aggressive and getting buckets left and right. I like his matchup again today. The T-Wolves' primary weakness is in the paint, where Siakam thrives as a slasher. Also, the T-Wolves lead the league in free throw attempts allowed, so we could also consider Siakam's free throw prop, especially if it's less than 5, where it normally sits. Although he is shooting 74% from the line this season, so something to think about. So maybe his fantasy point or point props are the way to go. The T-Wolves' offense is very spread out in terms of production and minutes. Their bench is very deep and productive, so I might stay away for now. But Cat's point prop is only 22.5, which is pretty low for him. But his foul trouble has been killing his potential lately. The Hawks at Thunder has a 12-point spread with a 229 implied total. This game has the second highest spread on the slate, so first half props are definitely in play, especially for guys like Capella. Capella will feast on the glass. I could see him having almost 10 rebounds in just the first quarter. So his first half fantasy point prop will be another key target if it's around 16. Herder's first half props will be in play too if Gallo and Hunter are out again. The Hawks do play again tomorrow in a key matchup versus the Cavs, so I assume guys like Gallo, Hunter, and Bogdan could all rest today. Kings at Rockets has a 2-point spread with a 233 implied total. Like we usually say, this is the game. It has the highest implied total and it's the Rockets, one of our favorite targets. And the Kings are right there with them on our list. Christian Wood remains out, so that means all the usage for KPJ and Jalen Green. This is a great spot for them, so their point props will be key targets as well. I also like KPJ's fantasy point prop too, since he will fill the stat line. The Kings will also be core plays, especially Davion Mitchell. He should fill the stat line in this matchup and rack up steals against the Rockets, who we know give up the most steals in the league. So I'm leaning his fantasy point prop if it's not too juiced. But everything is live for Davion today, including point and assist props. Damian Jones and Trey Lyles are in play too, with the Rockets front court being very thin. Sengun might be out as he went out early in the last game and did not return. So we could consider Damian Jones' point or fantasy point prop, and Trey Lyles' rebound prop. The Grizzlies at Spurs has a 6-point spread with a 232 implied total. The Grizzlies continue to crush teams without Morant, and I just don't like targeting guys against them. I might consider first half props in this matchup for guys like Desmond Bane and Steven Adams. Steven Adams' first half prop keeps crushing like Drummond's, and he gets a very favorable matchup again today. This is also a great spot for Desmond Bane in a fast-paced matchup. If you think it can stay close to the 4th, then Tyus Jones' assist prop is always live if it stays around 6. This will be a very fast game, so more possessions and assist opportunities for him. The Suns at Warriors has a 6-point spread with a 224 implied total. I think this spread should just be much higher as you have two teams trending in opposite directions. But Ayton does have a double-double prop while he has a 10.5 rebound prop, so it makes more sense to take his double-double instead. But I worry about full game run to clear this. Thus, I like Ayton's first half props more, and he should thrive today. Chris Paul is destroying his assist props since being back. I imagine it gets really juiced, and again, we have to worry about full game run. The Suns have nothing to play for. They have already locked the number 1 seed. The Pelicans at Blazers has a 13-point spread with a 228 implied total. We get our favorite Blazers late night hammer game again. But this should be an absolute blowout, so I'm staying away from full game props. But I love J-Val's first half fantasy point prop in this prime spot. He should absolutely crush it. However, he is questionable, so he could sit in this easy matchup. If he does sit, then we could consider first half props for Brandon Ingram. But we need to see what the Pelicans do later today. They might rest some starters due to matchup. Thus, it's a wait and see approach for this game. So let's recap our favorite targets. First, Davion Mitchell, fantasy points. Second, Kevin Porter Jr., fantasy points. Third, Jalen Green, points. Fourth, Jokic, first half fantasy point. Fifth, Capella, first half fantasy point. And lastly, Halliburton's assists if it's less than 10. This huge slate holds so much potential, and I'm feeling really good about it so far. Just load up on the Kings-Rockets game and target the key first half props in those lopsided games. And please comment below and let us know what you think of this massive yet intriguing slate. And if you have favorite targets that we did not go over yet, we'll be sure to respond. And please hit that like button, it really helps and we always appreciate it. Also subscribe if you're not part of the Run DFS team yet. We are true team players and we hunt these props down together. Also check out our live streams later today starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. We have a lot to break down for this one. And as always, best of luck everyone. I hope you crush it. Take care.